Alright, bitches. Yeah, we can leave it like that. That's actually cool. I'm okay with that. I was just gonna leave it dark because I wanted this to be dark, but this is cool too. So, freaking got some crap on it, but but anyway, before I go any further, I hope everyone's doing good. But I wanted to open this by saying something about another 1v1er that I did not mention. I mentioned this in another video, but I want this to be in this one, especially since, of what the video is all about. So I am Odd Girl. That was, some of you know her. I know it. Some of you do. I know she was one of the best female 1v1ers. She had the possibility of being number one. She had the possibility. Since the female bracket is much smaller than the males, number one was an option for females for sure. I know she did beat Aruba, but I feel like she got Aruba when Aruba was still growing. And Odd Girl, she was much higher than Aruba at the time with her growth. Too bad I Am Odd Girl did not play very long. So we did not get to see, I did not get to see them play at some of their peak and fullest of what they were or could have been. Definitely one of the best 1v1ers for sure. I wanted to talk about it a little bit more because you guys would have never got to see it, neither would I. So I just want to kind of give a spectrum, or whatever the heck, right? I want to give a little insight. What I wanted to say. Yeah. So I Am Odd Girl. I think she's smarter because I played her. I've seen her games too. I looked at them, so it reminded me about how good she was. She's definitely smarter when it comes to ground game, and her shot is honestly, it's a bit better. Her shot was better. Now I think she was very dominant. I Am Odd Girl is very dominant, but I still think Aruba's smarter than her. Aruba has a bit more experienced gameplay, so that would leave I Am Odd Girl in the dark sometimes. I Am Odd Girl could still play that way too. Now on Nuketown, I Am Odd Girl was actually pretty good at hitting traps. She actually was. Now that I remember, because I had a game with her, but I removed it when I came back, because back then I didn't want to remove it. It didn't even let me. Like, I tried to remove it and it said it wouldn't. Like, it error. I did the same thing and they actually removed this time, unfortunately. I wanted to remove one of them because it had 2 copies of them, and I thought that that's why I couldn't watch them. So that ended up happening, and it's gone now forever, which really sucks. That game was precious to me. But since I did play her on Nuketown, which is what that game was, I understand a bit of how she was on Nuketown. I've seen her play Nuketown. So she had the potential, because I actually taught her how to trap a little. I helped her out with it, and it's possible for her to at least hit a 15, maybe a 20. I know Aruba could hit higher traps than that. So if you catch Aruba on a good day, which most days she was pretty good, most days. Yeah. I'd give the game to Aruba probably, but the issue is I Am Odd Girl could probably keep her at a middle. So I cannot give the game to her or Odd Girl. I really can't. As far as ground game goes, it depends if Aruba starts to play smart or if I Am Odd Girl just starts rushing her and getting her out of position. That's what it really comes down to. I Am Odd Girl isn't an idiot. I mean, I know I said I think Aruba's smarter than her, which is true in some things, but shot wise, and this might not make any sense to some of you, but you can be smarter than someone in the way that you use your shot, the way that you use time. Because time's very brief, and sometimes you have a lot of time. Sometimes you got to get the time just right. I think I Am Odd Girl is super good at that. She was a very good ground game player. Some of you may not even know this. Most of you, probably none of you do, to be honest. You just don't know. So I think Aruba and her were definitely at the top. I don't think any of the other girl 1v1ers would have stood a chance against neither one of them at their peaks, or what I've seen from them. I do not think so. But let's get on with this crap. Alright. So I put a little new names up because I looked at some videos and I was like, oh crap, I forgot about these guys. I knew I was forgetting about somebody and I seen their names, so I put them on here. I found 4 names. I found 4, which I'm super happy that I found. So the first one is Urology. I put Know-It-All. So Urology, I remember talking to him after I seen Scrubsy whoop him or whatever. Because Scrubsy played him on Nuketown and he camped in the blue house, and I remember seeing Scrubsy knock him off of that crap and then whatever, right? That's this type of player he liked to be. He had the ability to spawn trap. I actually remember that he did. He was actually pretty good. He wasn't too bad. Again, though, just was not that strategic, was not very dynamic. He was more one-sided than anything. His playstyle, the way he was one-sided. I think that's what fell short of him at competing with other players like Scrubsy, because he didn't have as many tools, let's just say. I thought he was a bitch though, because I talked to him one time and I was still young, so I said a lot of things I said that kind of came out wrong. Because I actually wanted to, I forgot. Because I was whooping him on Nuketown, and he had a monitor. I know he did, so it kind of turned me off from the get go. But he did the same thing to me that he did to Scrubsy. Now, Scrubsy actually played him after I did, and I'm not saying I played Urologies for post, because I did not care to. I did not dislike him enough to do that. So I don't care. But yeah, he's very obnoxious. He's like the type of guy or player, and I've talked about this in the first one. He likes to think of himself as higher than somebody that he believes that he does not know. So since he acts as if he didn't know me, honestly, I know a lot of people didn't know me because they weren't around others. So how could you know me if you're not really around a lot of people? I get that. But the thing is, I knew who he was, I think, for quite a while, I think. But around that time was when I kind of got to know him a bit better, just because Scrubsy posted him. But I've heard of his name beforehand. I know I did. But yeah, I think he's got a big head on his shoulders, and maybe he needs to tone it down a little. Other than that, I think he had a lot going for him. He just needed to get that chip off of his shoulder. Now, Kodal, a wannabe bitch. Yeah, Kodal was definitely that. I remember beating the crap out of him. One day, he saddles up with Primsy or whatever, because he was friends with people I didn't like, Snowy at the time, Tethify. He hung around them because they all thought that they were the badasses of 21 Jump Street. I don't know. They thought they're about to solve all the mysteries. But but I remember beating the crap out of him just like the others before his connection. I mean, he's never really had good connection. Most of you that know this know that. And the other three I named didn't have good connections either. None of them did, as a matter of fact. That's the only reason that I would ever lose most of the time to him, or if anything, would lose to him. But when Coulter got a monitor, as you can see, he started to get good after he got a monitor, after he got a little confidence under his ass, whatever. And the funny thing is, I could still beat him with the monitor because he was so stupid. Now, yeah, we got to get to that. I know I'm talking a little crap. I was a little excited about this tonight. I don't want this to be too long either. But yeah, so Kodal. I never thought he had good ground game. I never ever thought that. Because the thing is, Kodal would try to play corners, and he misses a lot, okay? And he misjudges a lot too. He's not very good at sensing where his opponent's going to go. Whenever he tries to do that, he actually exposes his body more than he exposes himself more than he wants the opponent to actually fall into one of his traps. He ends up trapping himself most of the time. So very misguided, he leaves himself in the dark a lot. I think that's his biggest flaw in the way he plays. And that never really changed. Now I'm not gonna sit here and say that he didn't grow, because he did. He definitely did. Just not that much. And it's because of the way he was. And for the people that know him, for the people that are honest, I don't even care if you are, I'll tell you that he was just, man, he really was obsessed. He had an addiction of just calling people garbage and thinking that he's better than them. That was his addiction for sure. And I think that arrogance is what led him to where he was, because he could have been better. He had a good shot. He just did not guide himself the right way. Oh yeah, he wasn't a good trapper either. Wasn't a good trapper at all. He actually thought he could beat me on Nuketown as well. But never really did, because he couldn't trap, and honestly, he couldn't play he didn't play sign very well. Yeah, he was more of a sign player when I played him. He loves sign a lot. I know he liked truck too, but I think he mostly did sign, I think. Yeah, I guess we'll move on. So Impolies. I'm so glad I seen this name. This is one of the this is probably my top 3. I hated this guy so freaking much, and he loved the fact that I did. Another player that thought they could just beat me, man, especially on ground game. Yeah. He like, yeah, get me on ground game, and whoop that ass. Now, I think Impolies had more. No, he did not have more potential than Kodal. He did not. He really didn't. He had probably the least potential. Honestly, no, Inkole has the least potential. Let me be honest. But well, yeah, we'll get to him in a minute though. And by the way, Urology overrated, Kodal overrated. Let me not miss that. Impolies definitely overrated. I remember people calling him good, thinking he was good. No, he's not. He just sits on a monitor like the other two do. Actually, all 4 of them. I don't know if Inkole ever got a monitor, because I played Inkole and I could tell he wasn't. I don't think he had one. I don't think he did. He might have gotten one though. So yeah, Impolies talked a lot of crap. Shot was not bad. I think his shot was pretty dang good actually. What am I talking about? No, it wasn't. Very dumb player. Probably the stupidest player on here, because he actually thought he knew what he was doing. He thought he was doing something right. He thought the light shined on him. Oh, glory. But no, the fuck it did not. Sit your ass down. Couldn't trap for crap. Probably the worst trapper on the freaking Out of these 4 people, he's the worst trapper by far. He was one of the worst trappers in BO2. No questions asked. None. Holy crap. Yeah. Did not like him either. He was a very yeah. Didn't like him. Very terrible person for sure. I'm so excited. I'm a little too excited for this one though. I really am. Um But yeah, I picked these guys out just so I can honestly trash them because they're some of the worst people I've ever met on BO2, and they had no reason being this freaking crappy, man. Other than that, though, I think he. Oh, yeah. So, Aerology. I think he's maybe top 35. Yeah, top 35, maybe even top 30. Definitely not any higher than that. Kodal, I think 25. I'll say 25. I'll say 25. Impoli's, he could have been okay, but he didn't get to reach. I feel like he didn't get to reach it. I feel like Kodal, he like I said, he didn't get to because he didn't grow as much. He only growed like a little. He did a good little. He leveled by like he got like I don't know 10% better, maybe 13. Urology, I don't really know, but I know he didn't even stay too long, so he didn't get the chance to get any better. And honestly, I don't think he was as passionate about it as most of us. Yeah, there's a good talk I wanted. But yeah, Empoli's top bro, 30 to 35. He was not that good. He wasn't, and like I said, guys, I'm not here to discredit. I'm not here to throw anything at anybody. I'm not here to make stuff up. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. And he did not have it. He mostly got on BO2 just to mess around with people. He only got on here just so he can talk. He didn't get on here because he loved the game. He didn't get on here because he was passionate. No, definitely not. Now, in Cole, bastard dumb bitch. Ooh. Yeah, so I really did not like Cole, and he really did not like me at the time. Because he was another person that said that he beat me on Nuketown, and he didn't. And oh yeah, wait, Police, he faked games. Kodal faked games. Yeah, I already said that in one of my other videos. Aerology, I'm not sure. I don't think he did, but I thought I heard him faking a game one time. Or twice. But I'm not gonna confirm that. In Cole, he has faking games. He tried to fake one on me, and I don't think he was successful. He might have been, though. But I remember him faking games on like 2 people, 2 or 3. Impoli's, I don't know how many. He did a lot. He faked a lot, though. Kodal, oh, he's faked a good amount, too. These people think they're safe, even after all these years, but you're not. I got to sneak. Yeah, I got to sit around and watch all of y'all while y'all sat there and didn't even look at me. Yeah, good choice. Good choices. But yeah, and Cole, I hope he's doing okay. He's the one I'm most worried about on this list because the type of way that he was a type that could get you killed and that could possibly get you, I don't know, kidnapped and beat up, maybe go to jail, something like that. I hope he's hope he's good. I hope he is. I hope Kodal's good also, but I know Kodal's not stupid because he's actually a coward. But Encole, yeah, you don't need to get, booty raped to understand that it wasn't worth it. All right? Calm down. But yeah, Encole was definitely, as funny as this is gonna sound, I think Encole was underrated. I think he was underrated. He was downgraded a lot, and he was better than what people put on him. For sure. He was not, yeah, I could sit here and talk crap about him, but he was not that bad. I think Encole, what he could have been. Like I said, guys, this is equal terms. What people could have been, what people we're trying to be very honest here. I'm being very honest here. And I think Cole top, 30. We'll give him a good 30, maybe 35, just because there's other people. I can't just say 30 because that wouldn't make sense. But okay, let's go down because I remember where I left off. I remember exactly where I left off. It was after X-Row, actually. It was right after X-Row. So Verkshin's fake friend. I actually used to be good friends with Verkshin's until he started making a name for himself after he beat a few people for post. It made him feel good. It made him feel like he had some nuts to swing, and he just discarded me completely. He removed me. He removed a lot of people off of his friend list. He just started adding other people that he looked up to or thought was good, whatever. Definitely another one of the fake people on the roster. And I don't care what anybody says about Verkshin. I've seen him play. I've played him. He's never beaten me. Now, I was happy that he beat a few people that I didn't like back then. I'm like, dang, yeah, yeah. I was actually so happy because them people talk crap about me so much and to me, and they thought they were better than me, but Verkshin's whooped your fucking ass. You gotta be crazy. That just shows, that already shows it. It already shows enough. But yeah, he would rather sit around and laugh and hang out and feel good sitting on this imaginary top that he thought he was at. And I could see that in him. I know he was young, but there is no excuses. No excuses for it. I thought he was very. Now, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say he was actually too stupid. Now, to me, he was. To me, he was. But when I seen him play other people, he was actually pretty good. He was pretty smart. Yeah, he was pretty smart. He had a very good shot. I think he has one of the most accurate shots for sure. Very good. Most accurate ways of play. Wasn't too bad on a good day. Now, when he wasn't having such a good day, he looked like he was ass. But I'll just say it's like middle. It's like it's not too crazy, but it's not too bad either, right? But when he's slapping someone, oh, he's slapping the crap out of him. He looks pretty freaking amazing, doesn't he? But yeah. Um, so Verkshin, I'll put him at 25. I want to say 25. I want to say 25. He was better than most people, but he wasn't that high. Yeah. 25. So Spartans, got the Spartans. Was cool also, was very good on the sniff. You guys know, some of y'all know, some of you don't. Spartans. I hung out with this guy for 3 months, I remember. Freaking New York sounding ass. His accent was so. This is around 2015. Yeah, this is like 2015 or so. Well, I might be lying because I think I'm trying to remember. No, no, okay. So this was like in 27. It was between 16 and 2017. But I feel like it was. No, it wasn't. It was 2016 and 2017. It was. It was really around the time when I was 16, not 17. So yeah, it was still early. It was early. Yeah, it was very early. I want to say, yeah, it was 60. Yeah, it was. Because I was still 15. Yeah, you were. So yeah, technically I was 15. I just kind of got mixed up with Tallahassee and frickin' Gainesville. But so all right. Spartans, well, he was one of the best players for sure. For his time, he was. I know he's played MW2, MW3. He's pretty much played everything. Uh, Definitely looked upon as one of the best. Let's touch the game, and he was. He had some of the worst days, though. This guy, he probably had the worst days of anybody on BO2. He lost his temper. He talked a lot of crap. He has fake games too, Spartans. You ain't running away from me on that one. You fucking have. You have. Because you hold grudges and you're just a crybaby bitch. And we all know that. Now, some of you would agree with me on that one. Probably laughing like, yep. But, but, he seems like the type of person that he just wanted to prove something. Like, he wanted to have a one-up on people. But I also know that I think he was just confused. That's just what it seemed like to me. It's almost like, I don't even think he was confused. I just think a part of him only cared when he felt like it mattered more. And then most of the time he didn't really care. Not until he, but no. But no. Very good shot. He had one of the best shots actually that I've seen. When he's actually doing good, yeah. Good shot. Not a dumb player at all. Smart. Not smarter than me, but not too bad either. He's definitely higher than middle when it comes to smart. I'm not gonna say he's high. He's like in between high and middle. Not too much. I think his shot governed more of what he was more than the way he played somebody. Not to say that he was not strategic, not to say that he did not have any type of feeling, because he did. He's actually very good at it. I've seen him read people, not read them, but I've seen him sense people from across the map and freaking knock them off of something. They thought, and one of the best wall bangers for sure. After he, yeah, definitely when he does that, he's one of the best wall bangers for sure. I think it's like it counts when he's more confident, because I know when he plays someone, he's not as confident. His confidence gets dropped. Like he like he likes to talk, but that confidence goes way down when he plays the right person, or he gets himself in a predicament like Relksa. Rogue, he catch Relks on a good day, holy crap. That boy, he's getting shot down. Shit feels like an anchor. Out up. This was more of a fun one, to be honest, and I'm gonna leave it. I am. I'm okay with it. I just think I'm not as serious though. But I'm still telling the truth, and I'm still being on point about it. Spartans definitely top 15, no question. Top 15 for sure. Maybe even top 10. Maybe. I don't see any better place to put him though than 10. Yeah, now that I think about it, 10 would probably suffice. Yeah, because he's better than Tesify. Yeah, he's better than Tesify. So we'll give him the 10. We'll give him the 10. We're only talking about BO2 anyway, right? But yeah, I think he, time for the, yeah. I think he definitely could have been something though. Not that he wasn't. I can't really say that and act like he never got to where he wanted to be, because I think he somewhat did. But then again, I'm no fool. I could tell that he definitely had more to show. He did. And I think he gave all he could. He did all he could handle, and one day he just said freak it, and he took off, and he said I'm never coming back to this shit. But was a good friend, even though you kind of ditched me. So you're a little, But I wasn't even gonna mention this, but like when you're off the sniff, bro, you're pretty easy to freaking, you're pretty dang easy, Not to mention you had a Cronus and a monitor, but who cares about that, right? So I ride sign. I remember Yellowkit and someone else talking crap to me because I thought I ride sign was Yellowkit, and for a time he was. For a time he was. Now I actually remember thinking about it though. Wasn't that I think it was I think it's because I thought Reloads was I don't even remember, but I'm pretty sure it was Yellowkit because I seen Yellowkit playing on it. I don't really have a good memory. Otherwise, I'd know who was on that account, but I know Yellowkit was. Unless someone faked it, someone could have been on that account saying it was Yellowkit. That's very possible. I know how sneaky they are. I'm not, yeah, I can understand that. But the guy that was talking crap to me, and I don't really remember who it was, but he was laughing alongside, like, I know a lot of people that whooped your ass. If you remember that, which you probably don't because you don't care, but if you do, yeah, you're just stop talking. Just don't open your mouth. That was very stupid. It was very condescending, and you grossed me out that day. You really did. But since Yellowkit's name is in here, very good player. Yellowkit for me, definitely top 15. Top 15 to maybe top 20 because I only say this because Yellowkit had a lot of bad days. He had more bad days than he had good days. So with that in mind, we'll say 20 to 15 just because I'm not so certain on his stature or where he stands. I don't really know nothing too bad about him, so I can't talk crap about him. I do know he had some beef, though. I know about some beefs that he's had. Other than that,